Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English story. Overcoming creative paralysis. From self-doubt to taking action. Every creative person, at some point, faces the dreaded blank page, the empty canvas, the silent instrument. It's that feeling of being utterly stuck, unable to move forward, paralyzed by a mix of self-doubt, fear, and overwhelming choices. This is creative paralysis, and it's a universal struggle for anyone who dares to create. My own journey with creative paralysis started with a simple fascination: photography. I was captivated by the ability to capture a fleeting moment, to tell a story with a single image. I devoured tutorials, experimented with different lenses, and spent countless hours wandering my city, camera in hand. There were early victories, a perfectly framed sunset, a candid portrait that captured a person's essence. These small milestones fueled my passion. But then came the inevitable wall. I found myself agonizing over every shot, paralyzed by decision fatigue. Should I use this lens or that one? Should I shoot in color or black and white? Was this composition good enough? The fear of making the wrong choice became so overwhelming that I often didn't take any photos at all. This self-doubt seeped into every aspect of my creative process. I started comparing my work to others, constantly feeling inadequate. The joy I once felt was replaced by a constant internal critic, whispering doubts and insecurities. I was trapped in a cycle of procrastination and self-criticism. It was during this dark period that I realized something crucial. Perfection is the enemy of progress. I was so focused on creating something flawless that I wasn't creating anything at all. I needed to shift my focus from the outcome to the process, from external validation to internal satisfaction. Taking action, even imperfect action, became my mantra. I started setting small, achievable goals. Instead of trying to capture the perfect image, I challenged myself to take at least one photo every day, regardless of the subject or the conditions. This simple act of showing up, of doing the work, helped me break free from the paralysis. Of course, there were setbacks. There were days when I took terrible photos, days when the self-doubt crept back in. But I learned to embrace these failures as learning opportunities. Each bad photo taught me something about composition, lighting, or technique. I started to see imperfection not as a flaw, but as a necessary part of the creative process. I also realized that external validation, while nice, shouldn't be the driving force behind my creativity. The true reward came from the act of creating itself, from the joy of expressing myself through my art. Here are some practical tips that helped me overcome creative paralysis. Minimize distractions. In today's digital world, distractions are everywhere. I found that using a physical device like a brick, a simple box or container where you lock away your phone for a set period, was incredibly helpful for enhancing focus. You can also use website blockers or app timers on your computer and phone. Set small, achievable goals. Break down large projects into smaller, more manageable tasks. This makes the overall goal less daunting and provides a sense of accomplishment as you complete each step. Embrace imperfection. Accept that your work won't always be perfect. Focus on the process of creating and learning, rather than striving for flawless results. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Find joy in the act of creating itself. The satisfaction of expressing yourself should be the primary motivation, not the pursuit of external validation. Schedule creative time. Treat your creative time like any other important appointment. Schedule it in your calendar and stick to it. Find your tribe. Connect with other creatives. Sharing your experiences and challenges with others who understand can be incredibly validating and motivating. The emotional realities of creative work are complex. There will be moments of joy, frustration, self-doubt, and inspiration. Learning to navigate these emotions is an essential part of the creative journey. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your progress, and remember that you are not alone in this struggle. My journey with photography continues. There are still days when the creative paralysis creeps in. But I now have the tools and the mindset to overcome it. I've learned that the key is not to avoid the fear, but to take action despite the fear. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your biggest challenges when it comes to creative paralysis? What strategies have you found helpful? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community where we can all overcome our creative blocks and unleash our full potential. Part 2. Practical strategies and real-world examples. In the first part, we explored the nature of creative paralysis and the importance of shifting our mindset. Now, let's dive into practical strategies and real-world examples to help you break through creative blocks and consistently take action. 1. Conquering decision fatigue. Set constraints. Instead of facing an overwhelming number of choices, limit your options. For example, if you're a writer, decide to write a short story using only 3 characters. If you're a painter, limit your palette to 3 colors. Constraints can actually boost creativity by forcing you to think outside the box. Example: a graphic designer struggling with font choices decided to create a series of posters using only one font family but exploring different weights and styles. This constraint led to a cohesive and visually striking collection. Time boxing. Allocate a specific amount of time for decision-making. If you find yourself agonizing over a choice for too long, set a timer for 15 minutes. When the timer goes off, make a decision, even if it's not perfect, and move on. Example: a musician couldn't decide on a melody for a new song. They set a 20-minute timer and forced themselves to choose one melody when the timer went off. They later realized that the forced choice, while not initially their favorite, had potential and sparked further creative ideas. 2. Silencing the inner critic. Name your critic. Give your inner critic a name. This helps you externalize it and recognize its negative messages as separate from your own thoughts. Example: one writer named their inner critic Agnes and would mentally say, "Thanks for your input, Agnes, but I'm going to keep writing." This created a humorous distance between the writer and the critical voice. Challenge negative self-talk. When you notice negative thoughts creeping in, challenge their validity. Ask yourself, is there any evidence to support this thought? Is there another way to interpret this situation? Example: an illustrator thought, "My drawings are childish." They then looked at their past work and realized they had made significant progress. They challenged the thought by saying, "My skills are developing, and I'm learning new techniques all the time." 3. Taking action despite fear. The 5-minute rule. If you're feeling overwhelmed by a task, commit to working on it for just 5 minutes. Often, once you get started, you'll find it easier to keep going. Example: a filmmaker was dreading editing a long video. They committed to editing for just 5 minutes. After those 5 minutes, they were engaged in the process and ended up editing for several hours. Embrace the messy first draft. Don't aim for perfection in the first draft. Focus on getting your ideas down, even if they're messy and imperfect. You can always refine them later. Example: a songwriter used to get stuck trying to write perfect lyrics from the start. They then decided to just write down whatever came to mind, without worrying about rhyme or rhythm. This word vomit approach helped them generate a lot of raw material that they could then refine into a finished song. 4. Focusing on quality over validation. Set internal standards. Define what good work means to you, independent of external opinions. This helps you focus on your own creative vision rather than seeking approval from others. Example: a photographer decided that good work meant capturing authentic emotions in their portraits. This internal standard guided their work more than the number of likes they received on social media. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. This helps reinforce positive habits and builds momentum. Example: a writer celebrated finishing each chapter of their novel, even if they weren't entirely happy with it. This helped them stay motivated and complete the entire manuscript. 5. Minimizing distractions and enhancing focus. The brick or digital detox. As mentioned before, physically removing distractions can be incredibly effective. Experiment with different methods, such as using a physical brick, turning off notifications, or using website blockers. Example: a programmer used a website blocker to block social media and news sites during their coding sessions. This drastically improved their focus and productivity. Create a dedicated workspace. Designate a specific area for your creative work. This helps create a mental association between that space and focused work. Example: a painter transformed a spare room into a dedicated studio. This helped them get into a creative mindset whenever they entered the space. By implementing these practical strategies and learning from the examples provided, you can begin to overcome creative paralysis and consistently take action towards your creative goals. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Part 3. Navigating the emotional landscape and long-term strategies. This final part delves into the emotional realities of creative work and provides strategies for navigating them, along with long-term approaches to maintain creative momentum and prevent future bouts of paralysis. Navigating the emotional landscape. Creative work is inherently emotional. It involves vulnerability, self-expression, and the risk of criticism or rejection. It's important to acknowledge and accept the full spectrum of emotions that come with the creative process. Embrace vulnerability. Creating something original requires putting a part of yourself out into the world. This can be scary, but it's also essential for authentic expression. Accept that vulnerability is part of the process and try to embrace it. Acknowledge and process emotions. Don't try to suppress or ignore negative emotions like fear, self-doubt, or frustration. Acknowledge them, allow yourself to feel them, and then gently redirect your focus back to your work. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend or mentor, or engaging in physical activity can help process these emotions. Manage expectations. Understand that not every creative project will be a masterpiece. Some projects will flow effortlessly, while others will be a struggle. Manage your expectations and focus on the process of learning and growing. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate every step you take, no matter how small. This helps build momentum and reinforces positive habits. Long-term strategies for maintaining creative momentum. Build a creative routine. Establishing a consistent routine can help you maintain creative momentum. Schedule regular time for creative work, even if it's just for short periods. Find your creative community. Connecting with other creatives can provide support, inspiration, and accountability. Join online forums, attend workshops, or find a local creative group. Seek feedback constructively. Don't be afraid to share your work and ask for feedback. However, be selective about who you ask and be clear about the kind of feedback you're looking for. Focus on constructive criticism that can help you improve your craft. Embrace lifelong learning. Never stop learning and exploring new techniques, styles, and ideas. This keeps your creative spirit alive and prevents stagnation. Prioritize self-care. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being is essential for creative flourishing. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. 1. Regularly reflect on your why. Periodically revisit the reasons why you create. What drives you? What do you hope to achieve? Keeping your why in mind can help you stay motivated and focused, especially during challenging times. Preventing future bouts of paralysis. Recognize early warning signs. Pay attention to the early signs of creative paralysis, such as procrastination, self-criticism, and avoidance. The sooner you recognize these signs, the sooner you can take action to prevent them from escalating. Develop a paralysis prevention plan. Create a list of strategies that you know work for you, such as the 5-minute rule, setting constraints, or engaging in a specific warm-up activity. Keep this plan readily available and refer to it whenever you feel yourself getting stuck. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you experience creative blocks. Remember that it's a normal part of the creative process and that you have the tools to overcome it. A final thought. Overcoming creative paralysis is not a one-time fix. It's an ongoing practice. By understanding the emotional landscape of creative work, implementing practical strategies, and prioritizing long-term well-being, you can cultivate a sustainable creative practice and consistently bring your ideas to life. Remember, your creativity is a valuable gift. Don't let fear or self-doubt keep you from sharing it with the world. Part 4. Integrating creativity into your life and finding deeper meaning. This concluding section focuses on integrating creativity into your life as a whole. Finding deeper meaning in your creative pursuits, and understanding the long-term impact of consistently engaging with your creative spirit. Integrating creativity into your life. Creativity isn't confined to a specific art form or a designated time slot. It's a way of thinking, a way of approaching the world. Integrating creativity into your daily life can enhance your problem-solving skills, boost your overall well-being, and bring more joy and fulfillment to your experiences. Infuse creativity into everyday tasks. Look for opportunities to be creative in your daily routine. This could be as simple as trying a new recipe, rearranging your furniture, or finding a different route to work. Embrace playfulness. Don't take yourself too seriously. Allow yourself to experiment, explore, and make mistakes. Playfulness is essential for fostering creativity and breaking through mental blocks. Connect with your inner child. Remember the joy and curiosity you felt as a child. Engage in activities that sparked your imagination and brought you joy, even if they seem silly or frivolous. Make time for creative exploration. Even if you don't have a specific project in mind, set aside time for creative exploration. This could involve trying a new art medium, brainstorming ideas, or simply daydreaming. Finding deeper meaning in your creative pursuits. As you consistently engage with your creativity, you may begin to discover deeper meaning and purpose in your work. This can be a powerful motivator and a source of profound satisfaction. Connect with your values. Consider how your creative work aligns with your core values. How can you use your creativity to express these values and make a positive impact on the world? Explore your identity. Your creative work can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. Use it to explore your identity. Express your unique perspective, and connect with your authentic self. Share your work with others. Sharing your work with others can create a sense of connection and purpose. It can also inspire and encourage others to pursue their own creative passions. Give back to your community. Consider using your creativity to contribute to your community. This could involve volunteering your skills, creating art for a local charity, or teaching creative workshops. The long-term impact of consistent creative engagement. Consistently engaging with your creative spirit can have a profound impact on your life, leading to enhanced problem-solving skills. Creativity can help you approach problems from new angles and find innovative solutions. Increased resilience. Engaging in creative work can help you develop resilience and cope with stress and challenges more effectively. Improved emotional well-being. Creative expression can be a powerful outlet for emotions, leading to greater emotional balance and well-being. A stronger sense of self. Engaging in creative work can help you connect with your authentic self and develop a stronger sense of identity. A more meaningful and fulfilling life. By integrating creativity into your life and finding deeper meaning in your work, you can create a more fulfilling and purposeful existence. A final word. Overcoming creative paralysis is not just about producing more work. It's about cultivating a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. It's about embracing the creative process as a journey of self-discovery, growth, and meaningful expression. By consistently nurturing your creative spirit, you can unlock your full potential and live a richer, more vibrant life. Remember, your creativity is a gift. Embrace it, nurture it, and share it with the world. I'm so glad you spent this time with me. If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Take care, and see you next time.